Attention, people of Earth.
What's going on
Attention,
there?
people of Earth. Do not be alarmed. Stand by for an important message. Stand by for an important message.
And now, Mic Check Radio with Adam Hebert.
Oh, please let it be fantastic.
Of course!
Yes, it's rather good, isn't it?
Hey, I'm just enjoying the show.
Inconceivable!
I can't take it anymore!
There's no need for that attitude.
Don't make me go to the larder and unseal a tin of whoop ass.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
How freaking cool is that?
Great Scott!
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Nice, right? I learned that one from you, guy.
Bang it out!
We are going live. Yeah. Feel free to hang around for a while.
Oh, God, this makes me happy.
Great Scott!
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Nice, right? I learned that one from you, guy.
Bang it out!
We are going live. Yeah. Feel free to hang around for a while.
Oh, God, this makes me happy.
All right, let's call Mark.
Calling Mark. I'm going to have my finger on the button just in case he doesn't pick up.
Great. We know we got the right number.
Yeah.
But I did just text him back saying that we would be calling him in 2 minutes or less.
Hello. We got here, even though everybody else was stuck in traffic or not being able to get a bus. But there were a lot of people that we saw along the way that were walking miles and miles in order to get here on time. But it's an annual tradition in Seattle, and it's a huge festival. My Brazilian friends are saying that it's the closest thing to Carnival in Rio, or what traditional Mardi Gras celebrations are like. So it's Seattle's chance to kind of let their hair down and get crazy for a weekend. And there's a lot of good bands. The Blues Scholars have been playing. That's a really great local hip-hop band. A lot of other... Built to Spill is another Seattle band that does a lot of... yes, they played last night at the Waterfront stage in Fremont. So you could buy a ticket, and for $20-25, you could basically go to 2 days worth of shows, get a pass. So a lot of people went to the sort of hippiedom, which is a big thing on the West Coast from San Francisco north to Vancouver, where a lot of folks headed out west to get away from the Eastern establishment during the heyday of the Summer of Love. Well, a lot of them ended up in the Northwest, and so Fremont became sort of a alternative community where people have a big, strong arts community, very active. The Fremont Association does a lot of work to help people in the community, and they run food banks and have big arts festivals, and so it's a very hands-on, kind of interactive, creative sort of place. It's also, by the way, the center of a lot of new development in the corporate world, which includes Adobe and Google and Amazon. So it's an interesting mesh of cultures in Seattle. Even the corporate people want to eat cruelty-free and gluten-free bread and vegetarian food. It's an interesting culture. Very interesting.
Yep. Definitely.
if the production comes together the way that we'd like, so that
Mark, and
people will
that's
have a chance
absolutely
to kick back.
Yeah, and Mark, that's an absolute perfect fit, and that's the exact. It fits in perfectly with the idea of indie media. So and you're taking it in a direction that is going to really enrich the lineup we already have and offer something different. And I really admire you for that. That's great. And we should also give a plug, of course, because you're all over the place on the internet. You're at the Huffington Post, Daily Kos, wherever. What's the best way for people to find, your writing?
Well, first I have to tell you that this is crazy, but my friend from Chicago rescued a monitor lizard from a pet shop there, and so we're walking around with it right now as we do this interview, and all these people are coming up to talk to the lizard. It's still
more or less an infant, so it's only about 3 feet long. But when it's full size, it'll be 5 feet long. But it's been raised only with humans. But I was actually inspired by what Nicole Sandler did with Radio or Not after she left Air America. Mm-hmm. And I was also, following Jacob Dean down in Portland at Filter Free Radio and what was going on there. And then Space Dog Radio is another independent media source here in Seattle. Also worked with the Progressive Radio Northwest group, which had some panels on how to bring back independent media to the Northwest, because after Clear Channel bought up 880 radio stations and Cumulus bought another 330, there's really very little independent or progressive media left in the United States. Which is why, by the way, or one of the reasons why we are ranked 46th in the world in terms of press freedom by Reporters Without Borders. So that's one of the main issues that I want to keep pushing, is press freedom in the United States.
Yeah, no, that's great. Now, you also had some news regarding marijuana laws in Washington that you wanted to share. Is that correct?
It's actually Wenatchee, Washington, is a city on the east side of the Cascade Mountains, where it's more of a semi-arid kind of desert region, unlike here in Seattle where it's a rainforest, basically. But and the city of Wenatchee is saying that the reason that they're denying the business license is because their ordinance that they passed last October says that that all businesses have to comply with federal law. And on a federal level, marijuana is actually not legal, although the Justice Department under President Barack Obama has not really gone after marijuana as much as the previous administration, although there are some medicinal marijuana growers who are still being busted to this day, including in Washington State. But they have allowed, more tolerance on the federal level, and yet it's actually still illegal according to federal law. So the city of Wenatchee says you cannot have a business licenses, but it's a big story, and it really is going to set a precedent for the rest of the country, including California, Vermont, and other states that are in the process of trying to legalize or decriminalize marijuana.
And again, this is the kind of news that you're bringing people that, again, the corporate media won't cover. This is what indie media is about, and you giving a voice to an issue like this is incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I
Rob,
appreciate the chance to do that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I was just thanking you, both of you. Thank you both for giving me the chance to talk about stories like this.
Right.
Yeah.
We're up against the break, but Rob, do you have anything to add?
No. Although this is important, as far as if we want to end the war on drugs, this is an important step.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Try to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. I'm sorry Wes wasn't here, because I'm sure he would have loved talking to you about this, but we'll see what happens. Any final thoughts before we let you go so we go to break?
It's a good place to test out some of these issues, like the labeling of genetically modified organisms in the grocery chains. Unfortunately, that failed because Monsanto and DuPont and everybody else threw millions of dollars against it. But it doesn't mean that it's going to go away. And that, by the way, is another issue that still has legs, just like the fight for net neutrality and the $15 an hour minimum wage, and also the legalization of marijuana. These are just my observation as a journalist, is that these are stories that aren't going away. They are going to continue to develop across the country. So as a journalist, I will continue to follow where they go.
And Mark, right. I have a little bit of Jeff Santos trivia for you. Turn Up the Night with Kenny Pick subbed for him for...
That actually just hasn't kowtowed to Clear Channel.
Have fun with the lizard.
Yes, have fun with the lizard.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.
Later.